Hey everybody, it's Chris Steele here, Steele Frags. Tonight we're reviewing Anfar's London Midnight Homme Intense. Before we get into this review though, I would like to thank all of the returning subscribers, all of the new subscribers, and all the potential subscribers. Help me help you make the world a better smelling place. The way we do that is by the same thing what we do with any YouTube channel that we're trying to become deeply supportive of, and that is like, commenting, sharing, all the above. So we're going to jump right into it, right? So it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without something good to smell to. So we got Anfar, Homme, London, Intense. Midnight Homme, Intense. This one is kind of a crazy one because I don't have any notes on this. This is a Middle Eastern house that is not quite as recognized as Latafa, Fragrance World, Swiss Arabian, Al Haramain, Afnan, Rasasi, Hadlaj, and all the other Arabian, all the other UAE houses. But nonetheless, this does not slack in the quality department. I have another Anfar, and I can't remember the name of it, but I do have a review of it on my channel. So if you want to do a little bit of detective work, just a little bit, all you got to do is go through my videos and there'll be another offering from Anfar. But I found this one to be very much review worthy for several reasons. And the main one is it's a tri-brid. Now, you're probably going to ask right off the bat, okay, Chris, are you going to let the cat out the bag? Are you going to just sit here and look like a moron into the camera? Yes, I will let you know what it's a tri-brid of, but it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be me. You guys would think I was a clone if I didn't come back in returning ghetto fashion, and that is not being prepared. So I'm probably going to just spray this on and tell you what I get. But I know that it's 3 different fragrances. I have not worn this in a while. This is actually more of a summer fragrance. So this is why I have not worn this. But we're going to experience it in real time. So let's do that. Tell you what it is. Okay, so I'll tell you right off. It smells really good. Okay, so that's what I thought. Hold on. Okay, so it's like the opening is very Acqua di Gio, but think of Acqua di Gio if they replaced some of that citrus with more wood. So it's very interesting opening. It's almost like a cedar wood opening, but it's done in that real aromatic, fresh Acqua di Gio style, the original Acqua di Gio. And then it starts to transform, and as you get into it, I think what this dries down to, if I remember correctly, is it gets really kind of almost sweet and playful into this Invictus vibe, Paco Rabanne Invictus. Yeah, so it takes a few minutes, but this opening, it's fresh, woody, clean, bright, sweet, inoffensive, versatile, easy to wear, and just all around gentlemanly, man. You know, you can wear this to your girlfriend's family's house. They'll probably accept you as one of their own. They're not gonna kick you to the curb. Daddy ain't gonna grab a shotgun as long as you are not doing anything you're not supposed to be doing, not in the right time anyway. But regardless, this is a good fragrance. Okay, so now we're starting to transition. And as it transitions, it does a strange thing where the wood kind of tapers off and it starts to get sweeter. Yeah, it's starting to get sweeter now. So it's getting to that Invictus, but there's something else that it smells like that I can't quite remember. I almost want to say a Givenchy gentleman kind of thing. Yeah, because as it sits, it gets a little like sweeter, But then that transition right in between is just a little crumb or of G. God dog it. My lips are not working with my brain. Just a smidget of Givenchy Gentleman, the original, is in that transition. Okay, so let's just use our imaginations. Okay, you're a somewhat wealthy middle class American who has just purchased Aqua di Gio, Givenchy Gentleman, and Invictus. And for some god awful reason, maybe you were working with uh, toxic fumes at work and something got into your hazmat suit and you inhaled it. And little did we know later you would transform into some type of Marvel superhero. But before all that happened, you were at home and you decide to spray Aqua di Gio and then a spritz of Givenchy Gentleman and then douse yourself with Invictus. You would have created Anfar London Midnight Home Intense. So let's get into the numbers now, okay? So this is not a beast mode fragrance, but it is a hidden gem. I will say that it's very much a hidden gem because it has really mass appealing qualities to it. It comes off masculine. It is not a unisex fragrance. This is more masculine because of so much of that fresh wood in the opening. It just strikes me more of something that a man would wear, somebody who's doing hard labor would wear versus more unisex fragrance. Anyway, so let's get into the numbers. All right, it's not a beast mode fragrance. It'll get you a good 5 to 7 hours, which to me that's really good. So think of it this way: if you were to spray yourself 15 times with this, you would get about 7, maybe more hours on your clothing. If you were to spray yourself 5 to 6 times with this, you give yourself about 5 to maybe 4 to 5 hours and closer to 6 or 7 hours on your clothes. So that's just the way I created that method a long time ago in a laboratory out in Ethiopia at the emu farm. That's where I was this whole time. I was at an Ethiopian emu farm. We also breed exotic cows. But anyway, I learned that method, and it's a time-honored method. It's been in my family for over 3,000 years. But you basically, it can be a little complicated, but I'll break it down to you, right? So if you spray more, it'll actually last longer on you. But if you spray less, it won't last as long, but it will smell as good. Anyway, so that's what you get as far as that. Oh, and projection is good. So you're going to get about a foot to a foot and a half of projection for about the first hour to 2 hours. Just refer to my last method that I came up with on the sacred Ethiopian emu farm, my 3,000-year-old. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. Basically, you spray more, you get more. So there we go. Seasons: summer, spring, possibly a hot fall day. If you have an Indian summer where you live, like we do here in Illinois or in Ethiopia at the emu farm, then you can wear it throughout fall. But it gets cold here pretty quick. So this is not really going to last in the cold weather. It is appropriate for the office. It is appropriate for any kind of situation where you want to smell really good but not offend anyone. Job interviews, weddings, get-togethers with maybe friends or associates that you are just kind of being introduced to, that you don't want to set the wrong image that you were some type of Alaskan pimp or that you were like, that you used to have a weird lifestyle where you rolled around in oud chips with monkey doo-doo. You don't want to have that kind of impression the first time you meet somebody. So just go with this. Anfar, London, Midnight Omen tints. I got this off of Amazon for, it ranges between $25 and $30, so it is in cheapy range. It is EDP concentration, or no, actually, all of this is another thing. I know this is a long video, but just stick with me. I haven't been here in a while, and I just want to make up for lost time. This is an extrait de parfum, so very high oil concentration. And that's the thing I love about this house, Anfar. All of their fragrances are extrait de parfum, so they do not hold off the oil. They're all about the oil. In fact, I think they may have been Diddy's supplier at one time, but some things happened and they don't rock like that anymore. But yeah, very high oil concentration. Extrait de parfum is the highest, well, one of the highest oil concentrations you can have. All right, so we covered seasons, situations, numbers. I think we've given you I have other people here with me. Maybe it's the voices in my head. Now that I have explained all of that, I think it's time to give this one a verdict, right? I would say 7.5 out of 10. The only reason why it's in 7 territory is because it is a very familiar fragrance. It is not a reinvention of the wheel. I'm just saying this though. This shit smells good. Okay, so don't get it twisted at all. This smells really good. And if you're one of those kinds of people, well, you're not trying to really be all that different. You just kind of like getting by as somebody who just smells good. This is perfect, and you would only need this in your collection, really. I mean, it covers that whole mass appeal fragrance. It fills that niche completely. But it's a lower score for me based on the fact that tend to like more belligerent, annoying, slightly annoying, sexy, a little bit more crazy kind of fragrances that are on the sweeter side, or they might have some oud and some sweetness, or fruit, or musk, or I like stuff like that. This is going to be inoffensive, and it's going to be very versatile. Anyway, I've given you guys enough information, and I've taken enough of your time. So I would just like to close out to say that I really do appreciate every one of you guys. I know that I have not posted very much lately, but your boy has to save a little bit of money. I can't just spend all my money on fragrances all the time. Because I don't have that kind of support with subscribers. It's not like I can just get a YouTube check and then flip it into more perfumes and then do more reviews and then get more YouTube checks. Not yet, anyway. So help me help you make the world a better smelling place. Let's like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it popping on the channel, man. Yeah. Hey, you know what it is. You guys stay blessed. It's the same. It's the same old Chris. Ain't nothing changed, man. So, till next time. Peace.